Lineup for heat number 1 for the limited late models. On the pole, the number 99 of Daniel Gannett. Starting second, the 77 of Mark Croak. Third starting spot, the 75 of Tim Liddick. Starting fourth, the 22, Brian Shuey. Fifth starting spot, the number 5, Rick Barr. Starting sixth, the number 117, Jeff King. Seventh starting spot, the number 4, Ken Ryland. Starting eighth, the number 6, Doug Fry. Starting ninth, the 06 of Jeff Smith. And starting 10th and last, the number 45, Tracy Springer. Ready to get underway as they come down into that fourth turn, and a green flag waves. Here they come. Mark Knott pitches that car sideways in front of Daniel Gannett. And now here comes Tim Liddick in that 75 now, taking the lead as they go down the back. Cars mixing it up over there in turn number 3 with everybody headed in the right direction. Jeff King moving that 117 up into second spot. Again, that's the pink car with the white body and a pink roof, only a number on the roof of that car. A little tough to tell which car it is, but here he comes out of turn number 4. So Jeff King running second. Rick Barr up into third. The number 4, Ken Ryland, with a steering problem here on the front straightaway underneath the starting tower. And now the caution is out with 2 laps complete. Ken Ryland will be going to the pit area with a steering problem with car number 4. We're under caution in heat number 1. Tim Liddick, your leader with a 75, brings him around to the green flag. Green's out, there they go. Jeff King second, Rick Barr running third. Fourth, Mark Prop. Doug Fry on the move in the number 6 down the back, alongside of Brian Shuey. Shuey in the 22, Barr running third up there with that yellow number 5. Mark Knopf in front of Doug Fry in the 77. Now Fry looking to the low side. Side by side, they touch as they come through that fourth turn. Now, Doug Fry takes the number 3 spot and a caution out. The number 5 car of Rick Barr sitting over here in turn number 1, losing power and coming to a stop. Number 5, Rick Barr, stopping over here, bringing out the caution on lap number 4. And again, the yellow flag waves. Well, Rick Barr out of Camp Hill has been removed from the speedway as Brian Shuey joins the field late. But the green flag's out, and here they come out of turn number 4. Your leader, Tim Liddick, with a 75. Out of Mechanicsburg, leading the field down the back. Jeff King running second in the 117. Out of Summerdale, halfway on the field. Doug Fry from Dover running third in that number 6 car. And running fourth, Jeff Smith in the 06. Out of Blaine. Now we have a battle for the lead, a 3-car duel up front. Tim Liddick. Doug Fry flying on the outside now. Jeff King tries the inside. We had him almost 3 wide there in the backstretch. Doug Fry really flying in that number 6 out there. Taking the lead as they come out of turn number 4 on lap number 7. Doug Fry out of Dover, now your leader. Coming up on the 22 car, Brian Shuey came out of the pits a little late. He is not the lead car. He'll be going a lap down right here. As 2 to go on the field. Doug Fry, the leader. Here comes Jeff Smith on the outside now in the 06. Now the lap car plays a big part in this race as they go down the back. Jeff Smith moves the 06 up into second. Tim Liddick tries the low side and now spins over there in turn number 3. Caution out with a 75 of Tim Liddick. Okay, a 1-lap race here as they come out of turn number 4 for the greens. Green out. Doug Fry, one more time around. Jeff Smith running second, the 06. Then it's Jeff King in the 117. Mark Kropp in the 77. Ken Ryland in the 4. Checker waving. Here they come. Your winner, the number 6, Doug Fry. Second, the 06 of Jeff Smith. Third, the 117 of Jeff King. Fourth, the 77 of Mark Kropp. Fifth, the number 4 of Ken Ryland, and then the 75 of Tim Liddick. So your winner, once again, the number 6 of Dover's Doug Fry. 2, starting on the pole, and the 119 will be Butch Campion. Second, the number 9 of Craig Schober. Third, the number 10 of Gene Wrightstone. Starting fourth will be the K3 of Wilmer Weiss. Fifth, the 29 of Todd Bayshore. Sixth, the 2 of Scott Richwine. Seventh, the 22B of Mark Billett. Eighth, the 43 of Carl Billett. Ninth, the 91 of Jimmy Bernheisel. And starting 10th, scheduled to go on the pole, but is elected to go to the rear, with a 51 is Howard Werner. Now he's disappeared from the speedway, so we have a green flag, and here they come. Craig Schober brings them around. Schober getting a good start there with the 9 car. And now Wilmer Weiss moves up to second. The outside row seems to have gotten a good bite there. So here they come through turns 3 and 4. Scott Richwine up to third in the number 2, and Jim Bernheisel has already moved up to fourth with the 91. And Carl Billett running fifth in that number 43. Billett now looking underneath the Bernheisel, but no room over there. He has to back off. Down the front they go. Craig Schober, Wilmer Weiss, Scott Richwine, Jimmy Bernheisel, Carl Billett, Gene Wrightstone in that order. Further back it's Butch Campion, Todd Bayshore, and Mark Billett in that order. As they complete lap number 3, down they go into turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Bernheisel looking to the outside, now the inside of Richwine. Now back to the inside. As Wilmer Weiss gets a little high, coming out of 4, but holds on to his position, number 2. Bernheisel once again looking underneath of Richwine, but no racing room over there. Richwine running a fine groove here, right out down in the middle of the racetrack. Halfway on the field, 5 laps down. Carl Billett looking for a groove, trying to get underneath Bernheisel, but no. Now Bernheisel looking to the outside of Richwine and tucks it back into the inside now. Carl Billett looking to take over his position for Bernheisel. As up front it's all Craig Schober out front all by himself in that 9 car. Then it's Wilmer Weiss holding down second spot, looking good out there tonight. Scott Richwine third. Fourth, Jim Bernheisel, the 91. Then Carl Billett, Mark Billett, and Gene Wrightstone. Followed by Todd Bayshore and Butch Campion. Down the back, about a 5-car length lead for Craig Schober as he comes out of turn number 4 with a 2 to go sign now. 2 more times around. Now, down in turn number 2 now. Richwine holding on to that 3rd spot. White flag waving this time. Craig Schober, Wilmer Weiss, Scott Richwine, Jimmy Bernheisel, Carl Billett, Mark Billett, in that order. One more time around, a half a lap to go. Here they come over turn number 3. Your winner in the number 9. Out of Edders, Craig Schober. Finishing second, the K3 of Wilmer Weiss. Third, the number 2 of Scott Richwine. Fourth, the number 91 of Jim Bernheisel. And fifth, the number 43, Carl Billett. Well, once again, your winner in the number 9, out of Edders, Craig Schober. Heat number 3 for the limited late model, starting on the pole. The number 88 is Craig Fairchild. Starting second, the 08, Randy Krupp. Third, the 41, Jay Hoover. Fourth, the number 12, Glenn Adams. Fifth, the 21 of Chris Shuey. Sixth, the number 1 of Ron Little Sr. Seventh, the 27 of Carl Graves. Eighth, the 1W of Smokey Fry. And electing to go to the rear, scheduled to start on the pole, the 75F of Scott McCann. So again, the pole car electing to go to the rear, maybe mechanical problems or what have you. But anyway, here they come out of turn number 4. Green flag wave, and we're under green. Greg Fairchalk spins around in front of the pack, and we have a mess down here in turn number 1. The 41 of Jay Hoover, the 12 of Glenn Adams, the 27 of Carl Graves, and the number 21 of Chris Shuey lost the whole left rear wheel there, so he'll need a wrecker for sure. So with no laps scored, we'll have a complete restart, and those cars involved down there, if they can return to action, will restart in the rear of the field. Well, the fields regrouped for our lineup. We didn't lose the 41 nor the 27. They're both in the back of the pack, so here they come. Green's out. Apparently the only car we lost was Chris Shuey, 21. So Ron Little jumps out front to that lead, and then number 1. And he's looking good up front, but right on his heels is the 1W, and that's Smokey Fry. Now, he knows how to get around this speedway. Now ducks it down to the low side. Ron Little on the top. A pair of number 1s out there up front. There they go, down into turn number 3. Ron Little holding on to that lead. And that sharp-looking blue number 1. But Smokey Fry has his eyes set on his back bumper. Now Smokey looks low. Little goes high. Smokey Fry jumps into that lead down the back. See if Little can come back on him. Now, pulling away, out front, 1W, Ron Little second, Randy Cruz running third, Carl Graves running fourth, Jay Hoover running fifth, and Scott McCann running sixth. A slow spin and the car stopped in turn number 2. The yellow's out, 4 laps in, for the number 88, and that's Craig Fairchalk. As he brings out the yellow with that number 88 car driven a few weeks ago by Jeff Smith. And we're under yellow once again. 4 laps complete. Well, the track's been cleared. Here comes Smokey Fry. The green flag's waving. Here they come out down the front. Ron Little in that LW trailer. Number 1 running second. Randy Group third. Carl Graves now looking underneath the Randy Group. And again, in turn number 1, the number 88 of Craig Fairchalk has spun and sitting there. Caution is waving. Yellow is out for Craig Fairchalk and that number 88. Come again for the green flag. It's Smokey Fry and Ron Little Sr. as they come out down the front. Randy Croup third in the 08, Carl Graves fourth in the 27, Jay Hoover fifth in the 41, Glenn Adams sixth in that number 12, and Scott McCann in the rear as Craig Fairchalk has pulled the number 88 to the pit after 2 spins, and he'll be back to give it another try in a Consolation. 6 laps complete. Smokey Fry stretching that lead down the back into turn number 3 now. Jay Hoover running now in 5th spot. Right behind him, Glenn Adams in the 12th car. Smokey Fry out of York Haven, your leader, and he's stretching that lead a little bit more down the back. Ron Little from Dover hanging tough in that number 1 car. He got a little high coming out of 4 that time. 2 to go on the field, 2 more times around. Carl Graves trying to get by Randy Croup as they go down the back. Graves closing in on him as they approach that number 3 turn. White flag waving. 1 more lap on Smokey Fry in the 1W. Smokey Fry started in 8th position, and now he's out front with less than a lap to go as they come down into that 3rd turn. Here they come out. Checker flag waving high in the sky. Your winner, Smokey Fry. 2nd, Ron Little. 3rd, Randy Croup. 4th, Carl Graves. 5th, Jay Hoover. 6th, Glenn Adams. And 7th, Scott McCann. So your winner out of York Haven, the 1W, Smokey Fry. Shuey. Starting second in the 22B, Mark Billett. Third, the number 12 of Glenn Adams. Fourth, the number 4 of Ken Ryland. Fifth, the number 10 of Gene Wrightstone. Sixth, the number 75 of Scott McCann. Seventh, the 29 of Todd Bayshore. Eighth, the 119 of Butch Campion. Ninth, the 51 of Howard Werner, and he's gone to the rear of the field. 10th, the number 5 of Rick Barr. 11th, the 88 of Craig Fairchalk. 12th, the 99 of Daniel Gannett. 13th, the 21 of Chris Shuey. And 14th, the 45 of Tracy Springer. And here they come. Green's out. And 2 cars right here, the 88 and the 5 car. Never made it to the flag stand, and we have a caution. Craig Fairchalk in the 88 and Rick Barr in the number 5. So we have a caution. It'll be a complete restart. A couple of cars nosed into the concrete retaining wall here in the front. And once they're straightened out or towed back to their pit, whichever the case may be, we'll be ready for a restart here with no laps complete. Track's been cleared. Both cars will restart as we're going to get a restart this time. Here they come. Brian Shuey gets the early jump as they come out of turn number 4 and has that lead as they go down into turn number 1 now. Mark Billett with the 22B running second. Glenn Adams third. Gene Wrightstone fourth. Ken Ryland fifth. Todd Bayshore sixth. As they complete lap number 1 down the front. And Mark Billett goes around with that 22B, and a caution is out. They went into that turn side by side. He and Brian Shuey, and just couldn't hold on to the handle was Mark Billett, and went around and all cars safely by. But again, the old yellow flag is out once again, and 1 lap complete this time. So the track is already cleared and we're ready to go back to green flag racing. Cars lined up properly down the back, single file. This time it's up to Brian Shuey in a single file line. Glenn Adams in the 12, the green flag waves, and here they come. Adams getting way up high as they come out of that turn. Gene Wrightstone moves into second. Ken Ryland running fourth. Todd Bayshore fifth. Butch Campion moving into sixth as they go down into turn number 3. Gene Wrightstone trying to get that number 1 spot away from Brian Shuey as they go down into turn number 1. Now out down the back they go. Ken Ryland moved into 3rd spot. Last lap around. Now Todd Bayshore looking to the low side of Glenn Adams as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Wrightstone now looking on the low side of the speedway, trying to get that lead from Brian Shuey. But Shuey hangs on to that lead as they complete lap number 4 now. And the 88 moving slowly over there along the backstretch wall, but he's still moving. Down the back they go. Craig Fairchalk in that 88 having problems. And we have the 119 of Butch Campion over here, nose into the wall in turn number 2. So the 119 of Butch Campion brings out the yellow flag over here in turn number 2 with 4 laps complete. Okay, Brian Shuey now hanging on to that pole position attention as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag waves, and here they come. Gene Whitestone gets the nose of that number 10 underneath the Shuey. But Shuey has command as they enter turn number 1. 4 laps complete. They'll look for the halfway sign this time. Brian Shuey out of Warfield, hanging on to that lead. Gene Whitestone second. Out of Enola. Then the 4, Ken Weiland from Wirtsville. The 29 of Todd Bayshore, running out of Mechanicsburg. As we have 5 laps in. Here they come out of turn number 4 once again. Bayshore looking underneath the 4 of Weiland, trying to get that first spot. And Whitestone getting a nose underneath the 10, the number 22 car now. The 75 car of Scott McCann has come to a stop over in turn number 2. A little puff of smoke come out of that machine before it finally came to rest. So possibly an expired motor. So Scott McCann with a 75 brings out the yellow with 7 laps complete. Complete. We're ready to come back to green flag racing, and here they come. Gene Whitestone, the leader now, with the number 10. Brian Shuey back to second in the 22. There's Ken Weiland, Todd Bayshore, Mark Billett on the move in that 22B, the orange and white machine. And Glenn Adams now moving up alongside of Mark Billett as they go down into turn number 3. 2 to go this time. 2 more times around. Whitestone pulling away now from the rest of the field. And they're really bunched up back there as Butch Campion goes around again with a number 119. He might just pull away. He is running. And here they come for the white flag. Gene Whitestone way out front. Now Todd Bayshore making a move on Brian Shuey. Todd Bayshore. Rick Barr gets way up high in the 5, but he's okay. Here comes the checker flag. It'll be waving high in the sky this time. Your winner is going to be Enola's Gene Whitestone. Second, Todd Bayshore. Third, the 22B of Mark Billett. Fourth, the 22 of Brian Shuey. And fifth, the number 4 of Ken Weiland. Then it was the 5 of Rick Barr, the 12 of Glenn Adams, the 88 of Craig Fairchalk, and the 119 of Butch Campion. That's the field. And once again, your winner out of Enola in the number 10, Gene Whitestone. Is on the speedway, and here's the starting lineup. On the pole from Reading, the number 77, that's Mark Ropp. Starting second from Edders in the number 9, Craig Schover. Third from Berwick in the 08, Randy Krupp. Fourth from Mechanicsburg, the 75 of Tim Liddick. Fifth from Mechanicsburg in the number 41, Jay Hoover. Starting sixth from Hamburg in the number K3, Wilmer Weiss. 7th from Summerdale, the 117, that's Jeff King. Starting 8th from Carlisle, the number 2, Scott Richwine. 9th from Dover in the number 1, Ron Little. 10th from Dover in the number 6, Doug Fry. 11th from Duncannon in the 27, Carl Graves. 12th from York in the 43, Carl Billett. 13th from Blaine in the 06, Jeff Smith. 14th from York Haven, the 1W, Smokey Fry. 15th from Lebanon in the 91, Jim Bernheisel. 16th from Enola in the 10, Gene Whitestone. 17th from Mechanicsburg in the 29, Todd Bayshore. 18th from York in the 22B, Mark Billett. 19th from Orfield in the 22, Brian Shuey. 20th from Wirtsville, the number 4, Ken Weiland. And 21st from Camp Hill, the number 5, Rick Barr. And here they come. Green is out. Glenn Adams, the alternate, will be sent to the pit area. Glenn from Jonestown. So Craig Schover jumps out to the lead as Wilmer Weiss clobbered the wall, but he's still moving. Now he gets into the wall over in turn number 2. Nowhere to go over there. Wilmer Weiss sits there with the number K3, Wilmer from Hamburg, and he's sitting over there in the wall with his billet chassis. the caution's out here. No laps completed. Be a complete restart. We're ready for a complete restart in this 20-lap feature. And here they come, the limited late models out of turn number 4, and a green flag waving. Once again pulls out to the front from his second starting spot in the 9 car. Randy Group in the 08 back there in 5th spot. Tim Liddick looking on the move there in the 75. We have a yellow for the 29 of Todd Bayshore out of a problem over there in turn number 3. And he's now come to a stop coming out of turn 4. And we have one lap. This time, one lap complete. Well, the 29 of Todd Bayshore has been removed from the track, and we're ready to go back to racing. Here they come, out down in front. Greg Schover out of Edders, your leader in the 9. Down the front into turn number 1. Jeff King in the 117 is second, now moving into the lead. Jeff King out of Summerdale, your leader, the 117. Here they come, down the front straight. Greg Schover second. Tim Liddick running third. Randy Krupp in 4th in the 08. Carl Billett blasting through the field back there in that 43. Jimmy Bernheisel right behind Billett as they're coming through the field 2 by 2. Smokey Fry right behind Bernheisel. So they're on their way to the front. Jay Hoover moved into the 4th spot now in the 41. Carl Graves on the outside, that's 27, way up high at the top. And he's coming by. Look out, they're getting close out there. A little out of shape as they come out of the turn, but everybody down the front safely. Billett moves to number 43 up into the 5th spot now. Carl Billett, the 43. And Carl Graves on the move. Now Smokey Fry up the outside. Smokey Fry 3 wide as they come out of number 4 turn. Turn number 1 they go. Meanwhile, all alone, way up front, the number 117 of Jeff King, and he's got a big lead right now. Out of Summerdale. Greg Schover second, Tim Liddick running third, Jay Hoover 4th, Carl Billett 5th, and here comes Smokey Fry right along with Jim Bernheisel. Bernheisel and Billett now get by Hoover. And Smokey Fry makes it 3 abreast going out of the turn now as they single down into 2 cars. Boy, they're running close out there. Tim Liddick second, now Carl Billett third. Craig Schover 4th. Billett now moves into 2nd spot, dropping Liddick back to 3rd. And Smokey Fry on the move now on the outside of Tim Liddick. 8 laps complete. Smokey Fry now moves into 3rd in that 1W. And now Bernheisel on the move. Trying to move into 4th spot alongside of Tim Liddick on the outside. Jimmy Bernheisel moves into 4th spot now. But Jeff King has a straightaway lead. If this one goes non-stop, he just might be tough to catch. Fly into 2nd, Carl Billett. We have a spin in turn number 1. Ron Little over there. Jeff Smith over there. Rich Wine over there. The 27 of Carl Graves is there. And the 75, the car that spun of Tim Liddick. And he was running a good race up front there. So several cars involved. The 2 of Rich Wine, the 06 of Smith, the 1 of Little, the 27 of Graves, all involved over there. After Tim Liddick spun that number 75. And we're under yellow with 9 laps complete. down. Track's been cleared. We're just about halfway, and here comes Jeff King in the 117, your leader. Smokey Fry now second. Carl Billett third. Jimmy Bernheisel fourth. Jay Hoover fifth. Mark Billett sixth. Halfway on the field, 10 down, 10 laps to go. Smokey Fry using that cushion up on the high side of the track. Jimmy Bernheisel on the inside of Billett now. As they go down the back, Bernheisel moves into third spot. Smokey Fry on the outside of Jeff King as they come down the front. Now Smokey edges out front. New leader on lap number 11 is Smokey Fry. Smokey started in 14th spot. Smokey Fry, the new leader. Down the back. King running in second, then Bernheisel. Billett. Hoover. And Mark Billett. And a caution is out over in turn number 3 as Rick Barnes, the number 5, noses up into the concrete retaining wall over there. Rick Barr out of Camp Hill bringing out the caution flag. And the wrecking crew, safety crews are over there already. See if he can restart or if they'll have to be removed by their towing service. And we have 12 laps in and our leader, Smokey Fry. Rick Barr's machine has been removed from the track, and now we're ready to go back to racing. Smokey Fry brings him to the green flag, and it's waving high in the sky here as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front, Jeff King still holding on to second. Jim Bernheisel's in third. Carl Billett fourth. Jay Hoover fifth. Mark Billett sixth. And Gene Whitestone seventh. 3 wide through turn number 2 they go. Laps complete. The 9 of Craig Schober over there, and Carl Graves running side by side. Now Graves edges ahead of Schober. Todd Bayshore trying to get ahead of Craig Schober's number 9, and does. Down the front. Graves way up high, using that cushion that's been built up over the course of tonight's event. And here comes Smokey Fry down the front. Bernheisel now, and Jeff King goes around here. Look out, everybody, get on the binders as they come down this front straightaway. Bernheisel tucked it in a little bit tight in front of the 117, and Jeff King went around. Had been running real well, leading earlier and then running second and third. So Jeff King out of Summerdale down here in turn number 1, sitting partially on the grass and partially on the speedway. On lap number 15. As now Jim Bernheisel will be in second position, and Jeff King will restart in the rear of the field. Jeff King showing his displeasure with Jimmy Bernheisel as he gives him a little rear end job over there in turn number 2. Little unsportsmanlike action here is usually not tolerated here at Silver Spring. And the decision from the officials, both cars are going to be taken out of the field and put in a pit area. No unsportsmanship action will be tolerated here at Silver Spring Speedway. So Jimmy Bernheisel gets the black flag. They'll go to the pits. And Jeff King in the number 117 will also go to the pits through for the evening. We come here to race, not play games, so that's what's happened. Jeff King, if he's not pitted on the back straightaway, will have to go to the pits. So those that are fans of those two drivers, I'm sure, are not too happy. But others just will not accept or tolerate any kind of action like that. Jimmy Bernheisel now over to talk to the official, get a clarification here as to why he was black flagged. Those of us here in attendance understand the reason, and Mr. Bernheisel is finished for the night. So we're going to go green here now, and here they come. Mr. Bernheisel walking up to the speedway, and he better get out of harm's way. And I'm sure he'll use the wiser decision and get back behind that concrete wall. And there they go. We're back to racing. 15 laps in, 5 to go. Smokey Fry, your leader, as he was when that yellow came out. Now it's Carl Billett in that red number 43 up there in second. Jay Hoover running a good race for third. Mark Billett running fourth. Gene Wrightstone up into fifth spot. Carl Graves running sixth. Kenny Ryland seventh. Todd Bayshore eighth. Ron Little ninth. And 10th right now, the 9 of Craig Schober. 17 down. We'll see 2 to go next time. And this limited late model feature event. There's a little controversy, but we're sure cooler heads will prevail when it's all said and done. And 2 to go now for Smokey Fry out of York Haven. Building a lead now as he goes down the back straightaway. Smokey Fry, a lap and a half to victory. As he comes out of number 4 now, the white flag waving. Smokey Fry, 1 lap from victory now. Carl Billett running in second. Mark Billett now up in the third. Jay Hoover fourth. Gene Wrightstone fifth. Smokey Fry now coming through turns 3 and 4. The checkered flag in the hands of our starter here. And a winner out of York Haven, the 1W, that's Smokey Fry. Carl Billett takes second. Mark Billett third. Jay Hoover fourth. Gene Wrightstone fifth. Carl Graves sixth. Ron Little seventh. The 4 of Ken Ryland eighth. The 29 of Todd Bayshore ninth. And the 08 of Randy Croup in for 10th. So your winner out of York Haven in the 1W, a popular racer here with the fans, that's Smokey Fry. Smokey with that Cloverleaf Tavern Martin Holmes sponsored machinery over at the scale area with the 1W. Now Smokey makes his way to the raceway to get his picture taken and receive the victory laurels. And there's Smokey Fry in victory lane, the Martin Holmes GTI machine. Heavy Equipment Operator School, the GTI, and Smokey Fry will be out of the car shortly to receive the victory lane laurels. For the limited late models here at Silver Spring Speedway on the pole from